Did you know that if a small employer offers group coverage to all of his employees, none of those employees are eligible for a subsidy? Hi, I'm Rebecca Gordon with Gordon Marketing, and we've been in the health market for over 30 years. Some even consider me to be a guru. And whether you like the Affordable Care Act or not, it's here today. And our job is to figure out how do we capitalize on the market, as well as taking care of our clients. And the biggest beef I have with the Affordable Care Act is that not allowing employees to get coverage from the federal government to qualify for a subsidy. You know, the Affordable Care Act was designed for folks who couldn't afford health care. Who couldn't afford health care? Well, maybe those employees who were hourly or were lower earners. So to say that that group of the population can't get a subsidy makes no sense to me at all. So how do we work with it? This is what we do. First off, I'm excited to tell you that with all the confusion of the Affordable Care Act, some really cool concepts and new products have surfaced. The most exciting is the GAP Medical Plan. Now, the GAP Medical Plan fills the gaps of our major medicals. If you sell med subs, you know you have original Medicare, and then you have your Medicare supplement. And the supplement fills all the holes of Medicare. Well, now we finally have a supplement for the major medical. It's going to fill in all the holes of the ACA compliant health plans. What are those holes? The high deductible and the coinsurance. We know that every American will have a $6,350 out-of-pocket max, $6,350. And if you're a family, your max out-of-pocket is $12,700. That's a big hole for a lot of folks, should they hit their deductible and coinsurance. So let's put all of this together and figure out how we're going to use our medical gap plan to fill the holes. First off, we no longer need small group insurance. Now that the individual plans are guaranteed issue, get rid of small group. Did you know that when an employer dismantles their small group, that creates a special election period where those employees now have 63 days to go buy an ACA plan with no penalty? So that means I could go buy a plan outside of open enrollment. So all of your employers that you have, you're not under the gun to write them right now before March 31st. You really have all year, because as soon as they get rid of their group, that triggers an open enrollment. And that's what I'm suggesting. Get rid of the small groups. Get rid of them. Take your employees and let them go get the subsidy. The one really good aspect to the Affordable Care Act is affordable insurance. And it only becomes affordable if you get a subsidy. So step one, do the math. Look at your current in-force group and then compare it to subsidized rates. So let's say we have a group of 5. Well, right here you can see the group of 5 current health premiums are X. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each employee, I'm going to go to the Kaiser Family Foundation, go to that calculator, and I'm going to run a rate. And I bet the majority are going to be subsidized rates. If when I edit my subsidized premiums, if they are less than my current group premium, guess what? I've got a winner. I'm going to get rid of the group. I'm going to have my employees go get their health care from the subsidy, which is an ACA compliant plan, and take me, the employer, out of health care. But now I have a big gap, right? Because now every one of my employees has a high deductible and coinsurance. And the majority of the employees don't have the funds saved to offset that. So how do we fill that hole? Boom, with the medical gap plan. All I do is I buy a benefit that matches the deductible. Now my employees have 100% coverage. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? It's a great new concept. It's out there. If you want more information on how to restructure your groups. Now, before we end, let's consider one more thing. What about our high earners? Every group in America, there's a financial division. High earners versus lower earners. The subsidy is only good for lower earners. Higher earners aren't going to get a subsidy. So what do we do with them? We put them into the private market. Put them in the private market. If the employer wants to help bump up their pay to offset the higher premiums, they can do that. So we can take care of our higher earners, our lower earners, and then fill in the hole of that high deductible with a gap medical plan. Gap medical plans cover all inpatient, and they're going to cover a portion of all outpatient. And you can pick and choose which level you want, and that's going to help adjust the premium. But the premium for a gap plan will be at least 50% less than a group rate is now. It's a great new concept. It's a great tool for all agents to use, and frankly, all employers need to know about this. Every employee in this country should be able to go get a subsidy. If you want more information or you want to team up with Gordon Marketing, give us a call today. We'd love to work with you.